Hey economics class, it is Monday and we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started. So if you would turn with me to page 212 in your book, then that's where we're going to get started for today. So we're still talking about the Federal Reserve, which I think is a good thing because the Federal Reserve is so much in the news right now. And before, if you had watched well, you guys know we watched the news and we tried to keep up with it for at least a little bit of class in U.S. government. And most of the news was talking about Trump, his presidency. That was mainly the news. Some and a lot of just impeachment stuff for a few months. Well, the Federal Reserve was really not in the news a whole lot, and so now it is. So I think it's a good thing. So the Federal Open Market, it has 5 board members from the Board of Governors, and then it has, no, that's not, okay, it's seven board members of the Board of Governors and 5 from the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve is independent in a lot of ways. It's independent politically, so it's not a Republican, where we have like a Republican Senate and a Democratic House. The Federal Reserve is neither Republican or Democratic. It operates pretty much on its own, so it's independently operated, and it is also financially independent as it does its own thing. But what the Federal Open Market Committee does is it provides things for the trusts of America, so the Treasury, and it keeps up with the Treasury bonds, and it also keeps up with the Federal Reserve money. As you can see, Alan Greenspan is the chair of the Federal Reserve. Now, that's not to say nobody within the Federal Reserve has a political party or picks a side. They all, I'm sure, do. I'm sure every person on the board, whether it's from the board of that's not from the Federal Reserve or people from the Federal Reserve, do pick a political side. But that's, if you keep going down the very bottom there. Okay, so basically something that's going on in the news right now that you probably might have heard of, might not have heard of. If you get on Facebook, I saw a lot of people ranting and raving about it. And people are mad because Trump is actually going to put, when he was asked at a press conference, from what I read, when he was asked at a press conference at one of the White House briefings for the COVID-19 situation, he was asked whether or not he was going to be signing the checks. He kind of laughed it off like there's going to be so many checks sent out, like how would I have time to do that? But he is actually, I guess he went back and had a thought about it, and he's actually going to put his name printed on the checks, which I don't think the Federal Reserve loved because it's supposed to be politically independent. So even though it wasn't done by the Trump administration, due to the fact that they are a Republican administration, I don't think that the Federal Reserve loved that. I think they are doing it, but I don't think they loved it by no means. So I'm going to send you guys something on that, and I'm going to send you guys on a search to find the Board of Governors for the FOMC. So, and I'll send you guys, hopefully if I can find one, I'm going to try to send a link on Alan Greenspan. So that's all I have for today, and tomorrow we'll do a fun activity.